Hey everybody, Big Yo Gamer here. I'm finally back with some more videos. Make a quick couple statements, which I might sound like an asshole. Recently, all this PS5 Series S and X stuff is blown up to the point. One of my recent videos about Bethesda and what I thought about the acquisition garners a lot of attention from butthurt people. I'm sorry I hurt your little feelings. I know somebody poked fun at me, much bigger, because that's seemingly all they can do. But you know what? I talked to Dreamcast guy, which he also is made fun of by the same person. Some of these people, that's all they can do. They make fun of somebody else, or they poke fun, and that's what they move on. So whatever. Got a lot of attention, a lot of negativity, and this is to the point where Cyrus made a video about this just today. The PS5, Series S, Series X, back and forth, it's become ridiculous to the point where people are so mad at each other that now these next-gen consoles are here. These next-gen consoles are here. Doesn't matter what my opinion is about them. Doesn't matter if I have them or not. I don't have one. Doesn't matter about, Microsoft's or Bethesda or whatever. Whoever's buying whatever's going on, people are still going to fight each other. And, I'm going to let y'all guys do that. I'm still going to talk about some of this stuff. If big stuff come out, I'm going to talk about them. But I'm going to go back to a past time. So I'm going to get past that. If people are mad that I said that before, I don't care. I'm stopped looking at a lot of comments. I don't care. I talked to Dreamcast guy. I'm sorry. I appreciate him replying back to me. Make videos for what you like. If people are mad, oh well, you'll get over it. Stay in the comment section and be salty. Call me everything you want. You're sitting in the comment section doing this, or sitting there on your phone going, I don't give a shit. Okay. We're going to talk about and move on to the Nintendo Switch, the Switch Pro, the Switch 2, the new Switch. We have a next generation that has become the current generation. We got these massive 4K ray tracing systems. I don't care what their performance is right now at the time of this recording. They're powerful. This has moved into the next generation. But what about that little guy right up there? Has a Tegra processor, has pretty much like 0.7 teraflops. Yes, I'm going to say these words, teraflops. I'm going to have to start talking about this, because I love getting into the hardware stuff. The buildup of the NX back in the day, Cyrus and I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's not the same. We know where Nintendo's going, because Nintendo has stated earlier this year, September, they are going for a new console. But Nintendo doesn't want to get rid of the Switch. They want to extend it, and it makes sense. Nintendo is not... Microsoft and Sony are right here. They're back and forth. They're going to fight. And I'm going to tell everybody, going back to the other subject, whether I'm poking fun at other people that poke fun at me, we want Rocky Balboa and Apollo Creed fight between Sony and Microsoft that benefits you and me, the gamers. So let's hope they fight. But Nintendo is down here somewhere. They're doing really well with the Switch. The Switch is not a next-gen console. It's not even really barely a 1080p console, but it's a hybrid beast of massive success that there's going to have to be a moving forward with the hardware to keep up in certain points. I mean, third-party developers have put things like the Witcher 3, massive success, or at least people love the hell out of it. I haven't looked at the numbers, but everybody loved it on the Switch. Doom did good. Doom Eternal's got some delays and some problems, but it's time. It is time. It is time for Nintendo to do what they're going to do. And John Riggs, he made a good video. Real quick, what he's talking about, think about when this is going to come out. I'm going to talk about overview right now, and then I'm going to start diving into what I think about this, diving into some other stuff. Apple just put out their own chips, their own fucking chips. ARM chips are exploding. AMD x86, there's nothing, it's no threat towards Sony and Microsoft, but what you can do on these things are ridiculous. But John Riggs put out this point that March 31st, you're going to not be able to publish anything on the Wii U or to Mario Maker. You're not going to be able to purchase these games like 35th anniversary, and that ends their fiscal year. Could we see an April launch? Maybe, but I'm here to talk about what will the Switch Pro, the new Switch, be. Because I'm going to tell you that I play more on my Switch than anything else. PlayStation has gotten, I'm picking a lot of that stuff up. I'm thinking about PlayStation VR to catch up to stuff like that. PS5 or whatever, you know, if I want to pick up something for the Series Xboxes, for Bethesda games or exclusives later on, I don't really want to buy every console again, but I'm going to be human. I'm going to be honest. I'm human. I might do it, but I am looking forward to getting the next generation super powerful Switch. And let's look at real quick what I think is going to happen. There's going to be 3 points of improvement. The first one, the biggest. No, I'm not going to talk about the hardware inside, even though I'm a hardware nut. I'm an IT guy. Joy-Cons. The Joy-Cons are going to have to fucking be redone. Maybe not completely redesigned externally, but internally they're going to have to get away from this crap of the Joy-Con drift. They already got multiple lawsuits on them. Nintendo has got to fix this. It's not okay that their hardware is where it's at. I had to send my Joy-Con in. I get still got a lot of replies for a long time. I got a lot of reviews for my little channel about telling people how to do that. And there shouldn't have been that much problem, but now there is. The first thing Nintendo's going to have to do is make the Joy-Cons better. I got a little stuff up here. I'm doing a lot of laundry, catching up on this, and sorry I got a lot of crap on these. Some dust here and there, and we have pets. It happens. But yeah, once you get the Joy-Cons done, the next thing is, and TCL's already poked at this, that mini LEDs, or let me take a look at this. Talking about TCL mini LED Switch. Yeah, there was a tweet. There was a tweet. God, if I can even talk, about mini LEDs and a 1080p screen in the Switch. They're going to upgrade this thing. Once you get the Joy-Cons working and doing better, you'll put a better screen. You got to put a better screen. 720p and all this is good, but it's done. It's over with. A much more powerful system is what is needed. And then we come to, and this, like I said, general overview, I'm going to talk about more about this stuff in other videos, is 4K. There's been some rumors that Nintendo has been asking the developers to get their games ready for 4K. So you're thinking, we're going to get a 4K device? We barely got a 4K device now, and they're $500 boxes. The Series X and the PS5. Plain and simple, they are 4K big boxes. They're powerful. However they fight it out or do whatever internally, I'm not sure. But getting it on a Switch. Now we're getting into the deep dive. We're not a deep dive. I'm going to get into this. And I'm already at 8 minutes. Maybe I talked too much about this, but it's kind of bringing me back into what we're going to talk about moving forward. Is the deep dive into the internals of the Switch. The Switch has got a Tegra X1, around 0.7 teraflops. Look at the Xbox One, 1.4 teraflops, 1.8 teraflops, 1.84 teraflops with the PS4. The PS4 Pro is 4.2. The One X was 6. Now we got 10 and 12. Yes, there's points in there. I don't give a crap. What can the Switch do? What can the next chip from NVIDIA do? Well, first off, there's already chips in the arsenal of NVIDIA's toolbox. If I can talk again today, I've got a little fog in my head being on vacation. But the Xavier chip is at 1.4 teraflops. Already, that's double the power, like at 0.7 teraflops at top, or the top peak. You know, I know there's changes in the way the switches work, but it's pretty much switches at like 0.7 teraflops. Can the Xavier make it work? Well, there's a Bloomberg article that talked about that. But there's recently a big change with Apple. Apple's M1 chips are ARM based, and they're in the new MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, and Mac Mini. They are 5 nanometers, are really small. They're powerful. I'm not saying NVIDIA's got this, but those suckers pull 2.6 teraflops. And that's a big deal. ARM chips already pulling that much. There's other ARM chips, these Snapdragon chips that are approaching the 2 teraflop range. I mean, you got Snapdragon and the Oculus Quest 2 that is doing really good games. I mean, it's built into the fucking headset. Let me look this up real quick here. The Snapdragon X Xr2 Specs. I mean, it's ridiculous. What is already out there. The Snapdragon XR2 can do right at 1.3 teraflops. You've got nearly Xbox One level raw power in a headset for $300. You got Xavier chips at 1.4 teraflops. You've got Apple, which is cutting edge at 2.6 teraflops. What can NVIDIA do? If they approach something around 2 teraflops, that'll be almost 3 times what the Switch can do. And with new technology called DLSS, and that is, you know, deep learning super sampling. I always forget some of those words in there. Go look that up. Go look up what deep learning super sampling does for the graphics. You can render games a lot lower, say 1080p, and up them to 4K, and they look very close. Not exactly, but it's so close that look at Digital Foundry's breakdown of DLSS 2.0. It shows control. It's intense. Oh, well, Nintendo's never going to do that. Nintendo's never going to do that, Picky Old Gamer. You don't know what you're talking about. You know, a lot of people think that you know, Nintendo will not push for new technology like that. Well, there's one point about this that why I talk about DLSS, and this was back in July. Nintendo's next Nintendo Switch may feature DLSS 2.0 support. Job ad. Looking for senior embedded software engineer for the Tegra Solutions engineering team on next generation graphics and AI technologies for gaming consoles and AI edge devices. New engineer will work on, quote, solutions to use artificial intelligence in graphic technologies like NVIDIA's DLSS 2.0. So what does this mean? We don't know, and I'm over 12 minutes now. Sorry about that. We know a new Switch is coming. Nintendo's confirmed it. We're going to get better screen. We're going to get better Joy-Cons. We got to. Nintendo has no choice. The internals are going to be powerful for the Switch. And with the PlayStation 4 being supported for 3 years, Xbox One is going to be supported for a couple more years or more. It would easily, if NVIDIA could push up to that 2 teraflop range with DLSS 2.0 in there, we could get games scaled up to 4K on the Switch. We could get powerful games where third-party developers will push forward. So that's where I'm thinking, you know, the new Switch is going. Am I sure? Am I done digging into this? I'm just starting. But this is where I like to do. This is what I like to talk about. And it makes me excited for the new Switch because the Switch has outsold the Xbox last generation. Will it do it with the Series S and X? Nobody knows. But if Nintendo comes out with a super powerful device that moves forward and really can compete in such a way that they provide that alternative and get third-party devs to put something easier or smaller down onto that Switch and keep cranking out what they're doing and give more powerful and more technology to their first-party stuff, Breath of the Wild 2, and all these other ones, you know, Metroid Prime 4, it's no telling what they could do. So I rambled on far too much today. Been a while since I've been on here. Let things die down. I don't care about all the fighting and crap. People want to still fight and crap about Sony and Microsoft. I did get a little too deep into it. You know, part of it's my fault, but I still stand by my opinion. If you don't like my opinion, oh well. You can go somewhere else. But I do appreciate everybody watching that likes to watch my stuff and talk about the new Switch Pro, and talk about all the new what ifs, the maybes. And let me know what you think in the comments below. And I will try to keep up with it. I'll make sure I don't get a lot of crap like I did before jumping on my channel, because I don't have time to go through it. I don't care. I'm not going to get into arguments with people that are so irritated about Sony and Microsoft crap that they just go crazy. So let me know what you think, and I do appreciate you watching, and thank you, and let's have a good holiday season. Starting tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Everybody be safe and and well fed, and move into this next holiday season and see how it goes. Big Kill Gamer.